Hello again. My name is Benji. I'm with Alex. We are here to recap day 2 of Star Wars Celebration. Still got lots of people on the show floor, but we'll do our best to share what's going on around here in Anaheim, which is where Star Wars Celebration is located this year. Now, we didn't do everything because we were all very busy running around. However, the big panel today was was about light and magic, not light industrial light and magic. It's a documentary series called Light and Magic, coming to Disney Plus. Is it a series or a film?
A docuseries.
Talking the legacy of ILM. I mean, as Disney fans, we know ILM has been involved in many things, from going all the way back to Star Tours and some work in non-Lucas joint projects that we are all fans of. But Ron Howard's involved, Larry Kasdan, so a lot of great folks. So not like a newsy panel, but a great retrospective about the history of ILM. And Mike attended that one, so he'll have full coverage. You can follow along on Twitter too, get a little kind of a snippet of what the presentation was like, and it should be coming to Disney Plus this summer. The other big panel, which we'll talk about, was also there's a couple of Disney Parks panels, but we'll talk about the main one first. So the Disney Parks panel talks a lot about the history and legacy of Disney Parks and Star Wars. So going from Star Tours, Star Wars weekends, to more recent things like Galaxy's Edge. You can go to our Twitter. You can actually see a neat mock-up of how Smuggler's Run works. So you can see the little mini carousels of progresses inside the building. So you can kind of get a better understanding of how they get so many people while only loading six people on a Falcon at any given time. But there was some news there, so we talk about. They revealed that Fennec Shand, played by Disney legend Ming-Na Wen, and Boba Fett will be coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And this is the first time that characters that aren't necessarily taking place in
the sequel trilogy,
in that sort of between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Now they won't be interacting with characters from other films, so there's still a little bit of walls around it. But it's a way to share a little bit more of Batu's history by giving us a little bit of a time warp when meeting them. And they expect to do more of that in the future, which I know we've talked about that, sort of frustrating how, because it was locked in that time zone, that couldn't have characters from storytelling that, especially with Disney Plus is going across many different time periods. So, Fennec Shand and the Boba Fett, who we've seen before in the parks, at least both, Boba.
We've seen Boba.
Yeah.
Used to be a staple at Star Wars weekends.
Right. The Star Wars weekends. But later this year, you'll also get to meet Din Djarin, also known as the Mandalorian. And Scott says wherever the Mandalorian goes, Grogu goes as well. So really excited to see how that plays out.
Bring your frog home and feed the baby.
I imagine I have this vision of Bubba of the Mandalorian with doing a figment, old Dreamfinder, a hand.
I have this vision of Baby Groot, the child is on a stand, while Din Djarin is walking.
So while they are doing different times, I'm gonna say Baby Groot will not be there.
No. What I'm saying was, the meet and greet they did for Baby Groot.
Oh yeah,
at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
One, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
I mean, the child will be on a box.
What's interesting though is they announced this is coming to Disneyland. Coming to Disney World is the Bounty Hunters experience. I forget. You can go off and to get the official name. The Bounty Hunter experience using My Magic Band Plus. So basically, it's going to be a hot and cold game. So as you try and find a bounty in Batu, your Magic Band will glow different colors as you're getting closer or farther away. So they get a Magic Band game, and Disneyland gets Boba Fett
and Baby Yoda
and
Grogu,
Mandalorian.
My child.
Also revealed, we don't know where, but Star Tours will be going to new places in the future. We last saw from Rise of Skywalker, we saw them add. That was the last time they've added new sort of storytelling to that attraction. Not that it was that long ago, after waiting like 20 years for the first change, but over that. So no idea where it's going. Alex actually attended a History of Star Tours panel. They didn't mention that, but there's a lot to come on that.
It was about the history, not the future, not where the adventure continues to go, but where it's been.
So I'm going to talk a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about some of the merchandise coming, but I did want to talk a little bit about Lego. So they did announce Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation is coming to Disney Plus. So you might have remembered.
Not a toy, but a special.
Right. And
video content.
Guess where their vacation is?
Disney World?
Well, I was going to say the Halcyon.
Oh.
So look forward to that. It's going to be cool. Finn's kind of takes the lead on this one. So, it's in that fun spirit, not so canon focused. Kind of makes me want.
It's not canon.
Kind of makes me want to go back on the Halcyon, but as like a Lego, like the Lego Halcyon experience.
Mm-hmm.
They also revealed some new sets. I'm gonna try and pop some images up since it's merchandise, and I'm not that pretty. So. I think Lego and Star Wars Star Wars was the first Lego licensee, I think, where they did something that wasn't just Lego.
Mm-hmm.
So this is from the Andor ambush on Ferrix.
From the upcoming Disney Plus original series Andor.
That would make sense, yes. They also revealed BD1. And some other sets that you can see how they kind of create a lot of the magic that you see in Star Wars. So this is the big new set here. I mean, it's not that big, but this is the one that will be tied to Andor, which is going to be here sooner than you think. And it's nice. I think Star Wars, a lot of sets are bigger because they're ships.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to get those kind of mini vignettes because I only got so much room in my house. But I would say while we're talking about merchandise, there is they had a panel just theme park merchandise coming, and there's a lot. In fact, tonight there's going to be some merchandise around Twin Moon Eclipse Night, which I guess is what we're selling tonight. It's a two holiday. But we'll go through it just as it pops up here. So you can see some of the new legacy lightsabers. So there's going to be Darth Sidious, Plo Koon will be available at both Disney World and Disneyland later this year, Doc Ondars. But if you go to the creature stall, they're going to have some new characters based off of the book that came out. That was it's kind of like a true story that took place on Batuu. You're going to have there's a Theory Plug Gorg coming soon to a galaxy near you. This is kind of neat. So the Kemetano case, which is basically that ice cream maker that was running through Empire Strikes Back for whatever reason. And you can have they're creating a locking version of it. So you can store your credits in there. And this will actually be available tonight at Disneyland Park. So if we can convince Mike, he may even do a little demo video. Mm-hmm. So guess where we're going after we're done talking to y'all. And then they also asked to do a vote for a new lightsaber. So those of you might have remembered they did a vote before, and that's
Ahsoka.
No, it was for the one from Jedi Fallen Order was picked last time. So now you have I'm not going to Quinlan Voss or Sifo Dyas, who is sort of
Jedi
legendary.
Jedi Master Sifo Dyas.
Caleb Dune, and also known as King Jaras. I don't know why it says Bad Batch, because it's a Padawan version. So from Bad Batch. So a lot of deeper cuts, which is what people want. I think at this point, we all have a.
How many Lukes do you need?
But there's all sorts of other merchandise coming as well, including some great stuff for Indiana Jones and
finally get a Crystal Skull
and Life Day as well. So you can see more soon on laughingplace.com. And then what else did you cover today?
So personally, I went and visited the Funko and Loungefly booth and got to talk with some of the team behind some of those cool products. They released their full slate of Star Wars Celebration launches today online. I believe some of it has sold out. But they also were, they were excited to be able to share a lot of the other things that are coming up. I got to go into the Mandalorian exhibit. I know you did too. We did it separately, but we have a walkthrough video that Jeremiah did yesterday on our YouTube channel that you can check out. Lots of props and costumes and all kinds of cool stuff from both The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 and Book of Boba Fett. And then went to a Hasbro panel. You were there for that. They made a ton of announcements, including a HasLab that they announced and activated during the event for the new cool spinny double-sided lightsaber from Boba Fett. It's the third sister's lightsaber. You can now back that project on HasLab, and I think they've got it open till July 11th.
Right, 5,000 folks need to sign up. It's about $499.
But they've also announced a lot of cool figures that are coming as well. So we did a whole Twitter thread about everything that's in there. So basically anything that popped up on the screen, I took a photo of and tweeted it out. So you can check that out. And then I ended my day at that Star Tours 35th anniversary panel. Like you said, they didn't share any details about the future of the attraction, but it was all celebrating the past. We had Tony Baxter. What's his name from ILM? Sorry, let me pull up my notebook. Dennis Muren, the guy who created DJ Rex. Created Pilot Rex, Captain Rex. Before that, Chris Go was his name. So Ashley Eckstein hosted the panel. It was presented by D23, so Michael Vargo kind of like gave a lead in to that. If you're not a D23 Gold member, but you're interested in becoming one, they do have a special $20 off of your inaugural membership right now going through May 31st. So we posted that to Twitter as well. After that panel, they left. Ashley Eckstein stayed, and she had on Megan Short from Walt Disney Imagineering. She handles all the video content, and Bill George from Industrial Light and Magic to talk about The Adventure Continues. One of the cool things, they did talk Easter eggs for a little bit. And so Chris Runco, who created DJ Rex, in the original pre-show video, you may remember two kids take a flash photo of Chewbacca behind him, and then it makes Chewbacca scream as they're, don't take photo on this ride. Well, those were his kids, and he's seated next to Chewbacca behind them in that old pre-show video, which was cool. They played the pre-show video and the full original ride-through video on the big screen for us, so we got to kind of relive the original Star Tours, as a group on a big screen. It was interesting. I've heard a lot of the stories about the making of Star Tours, but one I didn't know all the details of was the specifics of the hydraulic system to move the simulator. And so it was such that it needed like brakes. If you did certain actions, it like had to like regenerate enough power to do something else. So that's part of where getting stuck in the tractor beam came from, was they needed an excuse to let hydraulic systems rest. And so it was just, they could lower and angle you up and just let you sit there for a moment while it built up its hydraulics resiliency, which was really cool. That was obviously original Star Tours. They don't have those same limitations now. And And so they talked a lot about building the new versions of the ride, but they didn't really give us any details on what we can expect next.
So my morning was actually vendor day. I met with a lot of our friends, including Alex. Look at your lovely necklace.
Yeah, you also got a lovely necklace.
I got my Obi-Wan Kyber crystal. And which one do you got?
I got the dark saber. I went with the intention of being Yoda because I love Yoda. I love the color green. And the dark saber, when I saw photos of it online, the crystal in it looked almost like onyx, like it was black and just had faceted shine. But it's actually a clear crystal that has some darker color in it, and it has a mirrored bezel on the back. So it looks so much cooler in person than it does in photos. So after seeing this, I thought, the one, there's kind of limits to what you can pair it with. This one, because it is a more neutral color, I thought it could blend with whatever you want to wear. And it's fun because it's Star Wars. It's got, the hilt, the dark saber. Yours is, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. And then it's your Kyber crystal. So it's just kind of a fun thing. It's Star Wars, but it doesn't necessarily scream Star Wars right away when you see it. So it's got more versatility.
And I got to talk to the founder of Rock Love today, and she loves guys. She loves the fans and the reaction actually her stuff gets on Laughing Place. So I'm going to answer this email and we'll let you talk. But she has great stuff for Disney and as well.
Yeah, they venture in a lot of fan territory. We were even at Star Trek Mission Chicago a little bit ago, and they had launched some Star Trek piece there. But yeah, it was really cool. This is a new wave of Kyber crystals in the collection. I think they now are up to 2 different Luke Skywalkers. So you can have a blue or a green Luke Skywalker, and then the changes obviously depending on if it's A New Hope or Return of the Jedi. Yoda, as I mentioned, was the one that I went to get. Mace Windu is in the collection. The chains are also different depending on what you get. So this one has kind of a metal chain. Obviously, the dark saber, the storytelling wise is quite different. Yours is Obi-Wan, and so you have almost this. It's like a faux leather. It has kind of a handmade feel to the strap. Obviously, it goes really in tandem with the whole Wandering Jedi aesthetic of the new Disney Plus series. The Yoda one is that way as well. They have Ahsoka Tano's one. I think she was one of the original ones, but Rey is in the collection too. So Rey's got a yellow Kyber crystal. It's a really cool collection. It's a really fun line. I'm not big on wearing jewelry, and so I usually kind of glance at these things and go, oh, it's not as gender neutral, but these actually are.
This is the first necklace I've ever worn in my life. Plenty of lanyards, but never a necklace. And I think just because, and I love Rock Love style. I just, I don't wear much jewelry, but it's to me as it kind of, it's almost sort of not to sound too obvious, but it sounds like almost like one of those pendants you would wear to kind of balance you. It kind of makes you feel a little more powerful when you wear it. So
it's my inner crystal.
Yeah. Also met with the friends at Topps. They have the Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel apps, and they got a lot of things coming. Just the artwork that they do alone is pretty spectacular.
Well, and some of the artists that are here too. There's a lot of independent artists, and then Acme Archives has this kind of like carved out space on the show floor that I had a chance to walk through today. It's mostly Star Wars art, but they actually also have Indiana Jones. They even have Simpsons in there, and then Marvel. So other Disney branded IPs are thrown in there, and they've got some really cool exclusive art for the convention. I was really surprised by a lot of the stuff they had there.
And also Citizen Watches. I know you might know if you ever waited for a parade on Main Street and you notice the big clock is
new clock
is sponsored by Citizen. But they have some great, it's not just like slapping character on a watch. You can go to Laughing Place and see some of their new character watches. And what's cool is at the show, everything's 20% off, But if you're a D23 Gold member, it's an additional 25% off. So you take the 20 and you take another 25 off of it. So it's probably about 30% off.
Well, and as Michael Vargo announced, if you're not a D23 Gold member, you can save $20 on the membership right now.
Right. So it's probably cheaper to buy the membership than buy the watch.
Yeah.
And so and they're going to be at Expo as well, so they got a lot of fun stuff coming up. And they're doing a drop every day. So yesterday was an X-wing pilot, sold out within an hour.
Oh, wow.
Today was Yoda, and then tomorrow is going to be another watch, and then there's something special on Sunday. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to check out that booth on Sunday and see what it is as soon as we can. And then I mean, you're going to see all sorts of great vendors that we're going to profile and kind of in the after the mention when we can take a little break and actually look at the content we have stored up. Is there anything else?
I mean, it was a whirlwind of a day, but I think we covered everything that like you and I have firsthand knowledge of. Mike is resting and recharging right now, but I'm sure he will have a lot to share if he doesn't make it to one of these daily caps on the next.
I'll be here Sunday.
Okay, so, yeah, Sunday we'll all be together. But also, he and Rebecca have their weekly Star Wars show. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of fuel to fire off multiple shows of that. He's got the Who's the Boss content or podcast. So if you're looking for more Star Wars, especially if you can't be here for Star Wars Celebration and you're trying to experience as much as you can, Mike's going to be a great resource for you.
Okay. So as Alex mentioned, we're actually head to Star Wars Night at Disneyland. And then tomorrow, it's not only Star Wars Celebration. The big show is Mando Plus, so the Mando universe. We'll also be at Disneyland covering The Tale of the Lion King, opening at Fantasyland Theater, Fantasmic returning to the Rivers of America, Fennec Shand, and Boba Fett at Galaxy's Edge. And that's enough. What more do you want from us? That's plenty. So stay tuned throughout the rest of Star Wars Celebration, and even after Star Wars Celebration, we got more fun coming across the universe. I mean, like really. I mean, Avengers Campus is open like 2 months
in Paris.
So the new coaster there. You're going to be at the Annecy Animation Festival. So lots going on. Oh,
you're looking farther out. I want to just finish Star Wars Celebration first.
I can't, because this is the mistake I make. I go like, I just need to get Star Wars Celebration, and then there's like 5 things right after the event. I learned this with Comic-Con because they always announce big things after Comic-Con for some reason, because I don't know why. And then I don't remember, they announced at Pandora like a week after D23 Expo. And we're like, they're not going to have anything. They're going to shave at Expo. I was wrong. They said plenty. So there's always something happening in Wonderful Worlds of Disney. And we will be back tomorrow to talk about Mandalorian and other things that I'm not remembering all here on laughingplace.com.
Cool.
Bye, everybody.